Hello my beans and nuggets, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Jasmine, back at it again with yet another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a palette for you guys. It is from Tarte. It is the Maneater After Dark palette. That is the official name of this palette. This is a beautiful palette, I have to say. I did receive this in PR and I was absolutely shook. I was like, thank you, Tarte. But yeah, I hadn't used Tarte eyeshadows in a fat minute, like literally a long time. And not that I never really like felt attracted to their eyeshadows, but I kind of felt like they stuck with the same like color range where it was kind of always like neutral palettes, which was great because I know that there is a market for that. You know, there are people that just like to use neutral shadows like that every day. Nothing wrong with that. I do have a few of their like Tartelette and Bloom palettes, and I think I have their like Toasted palette, and I do love those. I feel like I kind of forget about them sometimes, so I'm like, ugh, I need to play with those more, because I just have so many palettes and so much makeup to keep up with. But when I saw this like release on Trend Mood, I was like, that looks like an interesting palette. That is making my spidey senses tingle. That's probably not even the right saying. Anyways, so when I received this, I was absolutely shook and I was like, oh my god, what? I'm obsessed. So this packaging is honestly so beautiful. It kind of like reminds me of like a MacBook for some reason, like a little MacBook Air. This, let's just get into it. So first of all, the packaging I already showed you. This is stunning. You do get a huge mirror. I'm not going to show you that. But here are all of the shades. So I have clearly already swatched it. Let me put it even closer so you can see. Or let me flip it this way so you guys can see the names of the shadows. So these are stunning. Absolutely stunning. And this color, like this shade range, I feel like is really great. It's really different for them because like I said, I feel like they stick with just like the brown tone neutral shades. And there's a good mix of like some mauve tones in here, some mustard yellow, like a green shade. I was like, okay, Tarte, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a few of these for you. I'm gonna show you some matte shades and then some of the shimmer shades because I think they're amazing. So I'm gonna swatch that mustard yellow shade called Desire. And this one is so pretty. I actually did a look on my TikTok when I did like a first impressions of this palette. I couldn't help myself. I had to because I was like, this palette is just too beautiful. And honestly, like the formula of these, they are so creamy. Okay, I was like, this whole palette had me shook because I was like, okay, I haven't tried Tarte shadows in a while, but these are good. Let me swatch. We have to do this green shade, because the green is just so pretty. What other? Okay, I also want to do this one called Feline myself. Clever names, clever names. Okay, we should do one more matte just so you guys can see. Let's do this mischievous shade, which I actually have not even worn yet. Oh, that is a pretty color. Okay. So I swatched them here on my hand, as you can see. These are so creamy, very pigmented, not very patchy. And I also tried this in my TikTok video with no primer underneath because I kind of wanted to like really put it to the test. For the most part, I do wear primer on my eyes for, you know, before using eyeshadow, but I kind of just wanted to see how it would perform. Usually whenever I do like first impressions and stuff, I try to do it without primer just so I can see how it performs. And I gotta say, I was like pretty impressed by this with no primer. The performance that it gave, I was like, okay girl, I see you. I see you. So I believe this palette is $52. I need to check really quick. I also believe that this is an Ulta exclusive because I did not find it whenever I was like trying to look at Sephora's website. Yeah, so this is $52 right now. It has 5-star ratings out of 17 people who rated this palette. I would recommend it, and I'm still saying that even though like Again, I know I've said this before, just because I received it in PR does not mean I'm just automatically going to be like, yeah, I recommend it, you know. Thankfully, most of the stuff I have tried, I have really fallen in love with. I would not recommend something to you guys if I didn't truly like the product. Because I know, as a consumer myself, you know, it can add up. It's a lot of money. Some products cost a lot, and I don't want to just like recklessly spend my money. And I do a lot of research on the products that I buy before I buy them, you know, and I watch reviews and things like that just to make sure, like, am I making the right choice here? Am I making the right financial decision by buying this palette or this makeup product, you know? But I do recommend this if you are into Tarte palettes. I think that this one would be great. There's a little like yellow speck in that black eyeshadow. If these are your colors, I think that, you know, this would be a great palette. I think that this is a really great everyday palette as well, because there's some really great shades that are very, you know, like everyday friendly, like these right here, and then also like the browns on the other side. I mean, honestly, this is the kind of palette where you could use it like casually just for everyday looks, and then you could spice it up and kind of, you know, add a little drama to your look. But overall, I think that this is a beautiful palette. I think that they killed it with this launch. I would recommend wearing a primer with your eyeshadows just because I feel like it really helps, you know, helps make the pigment a little bit more powerful, and also it should help with like staining in case there's any staining that occurs. I did not find any staining that occurred with this palette, and that was when I used both the green eyeshadow and also the like more purpley tones, because I cannot stand when I wear an eyeshadow palette that has like pinks or purples. Purples have a lot of, you know, pink undertones to them. And it stains my lids. Like that just happened to me like not long ago, and I was so pissed, but I did not find that this did that, so thank God. But let me know your thoughts on this palette. Do you guys like the shade range of this one? What are your thoughts knowing that this is from Tarte? I would like to know. I'm so curious. But I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.